every video I film, I'm always wearing this shirt. Hello everybody, and welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to teach you some tips on how to write plays. Now, I do write some plays. If you didn't know, if you're new here, hi, my name is Cooper. I write plays, I do acting, all stuff like that. But anyway, so I write a lot of plays. One of them got performed. I'm trying to get a few published right now, and it's so much fun to write plays. I'm also working on a musical I plan to get on Broadway, so I know a lot about it. So these are just going to be my personal tips for writers, just like people who want to write a play. Tip number 1, have something you have to write your plays on. Don't use handwriting. And this is about time you guys meet my favorite tool I have in my house. My typewriter. Okay, so my grandma got me this. Anyway, you don't have to use a typewriter. You can use digital like computers. I use that sometimes, but I like to use my typewriter because it's instant and it's not, you don't have to wait. So to finish, you get it published, you just finish up a page and you're done. But I would recommend having a draft of the story because once you start typing, you can't take it back unless you restart the whole thing over again. And then you run out of ink, you have to buy more. I would recommend if you're starting out to use digital stuff. Tip number 2, when you're thinking of what you want your play to be about, what age group do you want to perform this? Do you want it to be performed by ages 8 and 18? Teenagers, middle schoolers, high schoolers, college kids? That would really, really help you whenever you're writing your play. Tip number 3, find a specific style you like to use. Personally, most of my plays, in fact all of them, have fairy tale characters in them. Like 3 plays I'm working on right now. Actually, I'm working on 1 musical. I'm working on 2 musicals and 2 plays right now, and all of them have fairy tale creatures in them. As in, like, the princesses, Hansel and Gretel, 3 little pigs, 3 bears, stuff like that. Because those are very famous characters. It's going to get people to come and watch your play. That's what I really would recommend. Another tip number 4, I guess by now, is where and what type of stage do you want this to be performed on? Do you want to have a proscenium? Do you want it to be a black box? That would really help you when deciding it. But remember, I would really recommend you write a play that can be used for all stage types, not just one. Tip number 5. Don't write a different version of a currently famous play. And by that I mean, don't write a new version of Cinderella. Please don't. There's like 25,000 versions of them, and people are more than likely going to go with the movie version that is already available for licensing, so I would not recommend it. If you want your play to actually get licensed and published, that's what I really recommend. So this is going to be like, about publishing and like getting well known. You can be like me, making your own website. I'm trying to make my own website, or you can submit it to other play licensing websites. Some of my favorites are Dramatic Publishing and Pioneer Drama. Both of those companies allow you to submit plays, and they can publish them for you, and you'll get paid any time the play gets done. Also, decide how long you want it to be. If you want it to have 2 acts, guess what? An hour play can have 2 acts, but if you want it to be a one act play, then that's what I really recommend. Okay, I've seen a lot of people do this with their own plays, and they'll make a lot of characters, and they'll try to make them all even. Don't. What I mean by that is, like, for example, let's say I was writing a play about Rapunzel, which I already have, and I had a housekeeper, a maid, a butler, a guard, a doctor, a king, and a queen. Those are all characters from my play. And the queen had 26 lines, because obviously she was a bigger part than the guard or the maid. But then those characters also had 26, because they spoke in every scene they were in an equal amount of times. Don't do that. It ruins the story. I know you're thinking of all those other kids that who have to get small parts because of it, but trust me, small parts add up, and then somebody can get their big part in the future. If you're writing a musical, I recommend having somebody help you with that, because if you don't know how to write music, then you're not going know how to do it. But anyways, if you're starting to write your first play, I recommend each play you write to be above an hour long because people don't want to pay money for a 30-minute play. Well, some do, but I would recommend it being at least an hour long. On that note, you can try to draft your story before it, have somebody read it, then you type it. Or just type it. Or here's what I would recommend. Have it be performed by an actors and then see how it works out with audiences before you submit it or get it fully published. Okay, for those of you who want tips running your first play, here's how we're gonna do it. Here's some tips, some common things. So these are gonna be some basic things that can help you get inspiration to write your first play. Two best friends against a school. That can really be anything, like maybe the two best friends are the weirdest of the school. Maybe they're like not the most popular. Maybe they are popular, they become popular. The two best friends against school. A girl with distant parents meets fairy tale parents and then helps her grow closer to her real parents. I know that's kind of like Coraline, but whatever. Creativity is key. Office has to raise money for organization. Those are just a few like ideas that can probably help you with it. You can mix all of them or just do one by one. Another tip is make sure you read and do enough plays before you start writing. That way you kind of know how it's supposed to go. You know all the names, like types of stage, curtain, rising, you know what curtain and a scene means, and all those stage directions mean. That's all I have for now. If you want me to make a part 2, say so in the comments. Okay, and please make sure to subscribe. It really helps me out. Okay, bye.